Hi YouTubers, fellow diesel heater fans. Today in England, we're in, what is it, February now, and it's not actually cold. It's not t-shirt weather, but it's not freezing. But the forecast says we have got more cold weather on the way. So now will be the ideal opportunity to increase the efficiency of my exhaust heat capture system, which is basically a box around the exhaust with a computer fan on it. Now this is the original one. I've already taken it apart. This is the one that came with the machine 2 years ago, and surprisingly it's in reasonably good nick, apart from where I've had to use a pair of pliers to get it off the heater, where I stuck it on with exhaust paste. And this is the one I got off of eBay, which I'm now going to fit so that I've got a longer run, more exhaust within the box, and more area of heat to be pushed through by the fan and then out into the room. Okay, there's the original exhaust pipe, which has been outside and has fared rather well considering the cheap manufacture of these things. Okay, I'll give you a look at the box now. Right, here's the box. I've had to disconnect it slightly from the wall in order to get that slot to line up with my aluminium turned protector for the door, because the door is wood, albeit 3 inches thick. Now, it's obviously not going to be easy once I've turned this into a big spiral to get it into that hole, and it's all welded solid. I don't want to take it apart because it was not easy to weld, being stainless steel and being so thin. I kept blowing holes in it, so it doesn't have to be perfectly airtight. It's only blowing heat around, and whatever escapes is going to come into the room anyway. So what I'm thinking of doing is feeding it through from the outside, and then as it comes through, turning it in a spiral around, and then ending up with this end up by the heater. I'm sure a bit of up and down can be got by spreading out the spiral, so that won't hurt. And the only criteria is really that it's got to be inside the box, and it's got to be continually going downwards, so that any condensation that builds up will run down and run out of the exhaust pipe. They do have a little hole in the bottom just for that very thing. So I'm going to try that now, and then once it's done I'll start recording again. Well, that was awkward. To quote an old gynecologist joke, it was like trying to wallpaper your hallway through the letterbox, and there was a physical toll as well. But that's as good as I can get it, and I have tried for hours to do it. All the pipes at the back do have a fall, and all the ones at the front do have a fall this way. Nothing is lower than the outlet, and I've managed to stuff all of it in there, bar this bit at the top and a little bit out the back that I can get the silencer onto. So I've poured a cup of water through it, and although not a whole cup came out, I'm expecting that some of it's got caught in the internal ridges. I'm hoping that when the heat's on, any little bits that do get caught will be burnt off. I know that cooling it rapidly with a fan is going to cause more condensation than you would normally get, so it's quite important to get it all running down. I expect that when I put the top back on, I'm going to then have a final play with everything and get it the best I can, because at the moment this is still moving about, so trying to get the drop on it is, with everything moving, is not so easy. So I will come back again when I've got it all back together. So it's all back together. It's been running for 40 minutes, and even though it's just above freezing outside, it's quite warm in here, very warm. and that's quite hot, the box. I presume that's where the pipe is touching the metal of the box itself. Well, that's not wasted because that'll just radiate out into the room anyway. I've got the settings here a bit higher than last time because now that there's more pipe, you can push more air around without it going cold. The outlet feels very warm. That's reading 62. The genuine outlet is reading 63, so there's not much difference between what's being captured around the exhaust and what comes out of the original outlet, so I'm quite happy with that. Hopefully this will be my last video to do with diesel heaters because I need to get on with my life. I'd just like to say thank you to everybody who's watched, shown an interest, liked, commented and subscribed. I've been on YouTube for 16 years and I don't think I've ever made a splash. So that's quite nice. Anyway, take care, stay warm.